Hello everybody! I'm Sexy One Victory here. Actually. Hold on a second. I'll need to get a few dinosaurs so I can keep your short attention span. Oh. Oh, you're a big boy! There you go. Is this any good? Oh, well, lighting in here is awful. There. We can just have Nessie have a head poke out. And since I'm pretty much a Dinosaur King channel at this point, I think we should have this Q&A session be blessed by the mighty tank. Oh, you guys actually can't see that. There you go. Okay, so for real now. Hello everybody, I'm Sexy1, Victory here. And here I am with my 3-year anniversary Q&A. Yes, I submitted the video where you could ask your questions nearly a month ago. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that I'm pretty late. Especially since Sketchy announced he made a Q&A himself. He's already announced his Q&A, and he already did his Q&A way before I actually did mine. So yeah, I hate scheduling problems. Anyways, yes, here we are doing our Q&A video. Well, my Q&A video where you sort submit questions and I answer them. We have what seems to be 15 questions. That's not counting if multiple people asked the question. That's not counting if multiple people asked multiple questions in their comment. So there's a few questions already here. So let's get this over and done with. And our first question is from Mr. Bad Jokes. And I think it's safe to say that name is really accurate. He asks, also, how much pain do you feel when you listen to my bad jokes on stream? Yes, because for you who don't know, I streamed like a month ago. This guy was saying bad jokes non-stop. I feel like jumping off a bridge, but I actually think I should stream more, but only if I find more things to do. Yeah. And then we have another question from Mr. Bad Jokes. He asks, how painful is it to have to watch the entire first season of Dinosaur King? It's a mixed bag, it really is. Because, like, at the start of the season, there are some episodes that are downright atrocious. My main example is the Saurus episode. That episode is horrendous, and the videos, and that commentary is one of my personal favourites. Because the actual episode glitches halfway through. The Saurus for some reason followed the iguana. I don't know. But seriously, it has been a mixed bag. There's been horrible episodes like the Saurus one and the Saurus. But there's actually been some, unironically, some great episodes. Like, my main example is the second to last episode. Because I believe at the time of this being released, the last episode hasn't been released yet. So yeah. And what's another really good episode? The episode with Dino, and Sue. That episode is amazing, it's hilarious! And most of the time, we're laughing with it, not at it. So yeah. It's a mixed bag, it really is. Then we have Fang, the artist himself. He has... How many questions does he have? He has 4 questions. His first question is, how happy are you that you don't have to watch Dinosaur King? You don't have to watch the Dinosaur King intro for the, I want to say 150th time, because you said you will watch each episode at least 3 times. Oh yeah, I'm over the bloody moon about it! Now that your microphone is broken, I don't know what that had to do with the question that you were asking, but yeah, my microphone is broken. But actually, I literally just ordered a new microphone. Like, yeah, I'm quite upset that I couldn't do it for the last, that I couldn't have it for like the last 4 episodes. But hey, at least I actually did the episodes. And you guys will be able to tell when I have the microphone, because I plan to make a video about Camp Cretaceous once I get it. His second question is, what is your favourite and least favourite figure from companies that make them? Well, my favourite Sludge figure has to be, just hold on a second because I'm going to get it. Well, my favourite Sludge figure has to be the Triceratops. This is my favourite Triceratops because this is mainly my first ever actual professional Triceratops, and it just looks great. Just look at this thing and tell me that doesn't look fantastic. And as for my least favourite Sludge, oh, there's so many. There's the Acro, there's the Cryo. Basically, 80% of their figures are awful. I think that's all I have to say there. My favourite Papo figure, now, this is a really good question, because I love the Papo Tyrannosaurus. And I also love the 2019 Spinosaurus. I downright adore these figures. I don't know which one to choose. I love both of them. But as for my least favourite Papo, it has to be the Giganotosaurus. Because Giganotosaurus is my personal favourite dinosaur, which I think has been a question that somebody asked. Yeah, I think I just answered that a bit early. But yeah, Giganotosaurus is my favourite dinosaur. I've been waiting for years for Papo to do a figure because they're my favourite model company. And once we finally get a Giga, it has that horrendous sculpt. I mean, what stands like this? I mean, imagine what it would be like if a human stood like this. Now I've become death, destroyer of worlds. And as for Collector and Safari, to be honest, I don't really know or care. Because most of the time, I end up mixing their figures together. Like, if you couldn't tell by my collection video, I legitimately can't tell which figures are Collector and which figures are Safari. So, I don't have a clue. And I'm not going to mention my Mattel ones here, because I actually think that's a question that somebody asked. And yes, he has more questions, which is fine. And then for question 3, he says, out of all of the dragons you've seen in movies, TV shows, if I can speak, and stuff, which is your favourite? I don't know, there's so many. The dragons, I mean, like, the first ones that come to my mind are the dragons from How to Train Your Dragon. They are so unique and they're really neatly designed. I mean, like, for example, Videli Nada. Like, it looks very bulky, it looks like a chicken, kind of. And also it also has the ability to shoot spines from its tail. That is an amazing design. Oh, and there's also the dragons from Game of Thrones. Oh, those look Those look fantastic. Oh, there's also the dragons from Reign of Fire, I think it's called. Those are very generic dragons, but by the designs, but they're just awesome. I don't know. There's so many good dragons. But I would say my definite highlights are the Game of Thrones dragons, the dragons from How to Train Your Dragon, and that's pretty much it. I just can't decide between them. Yeah! This is what you signed up for. A messy Q&A where somebody can't even speak. And then we have, for question 4, he says, was there a moment in your life where you felt down and you couldn't do something, yet you found strength and did it despite the difficulties? Apologies if the last one sounds a bit too personal. Nah, I'm fine with personal questions, just as far as they're not too personal. I don't know. Like, in my 3-year anniversary, if you actually watched the whole way through, which I don't know how, there would have been part where I mentioned that where I felt depressed. Describing it as depressed is probably an over-exaggeration, but I felt useless. I felt like nobody cared about me. I just felt like I could vanish and nobody would care or notice. It took me a while to get out of that mindset. So, just in case anybody here who actually is in that situation, you do matter. People do care of you. People do care for you. There are people always here for you. And even if there aren't people here now, there will be people in the future. Trust me. And as for how I got out of that, I don't know. I think it was mainly time. I don't really know how I got out of that situation. I think it's mainly just a combination of spending more time with friends, just speaking to people more. Like, I hate people. I hate interacting with people. But I will say that talking to people and just interacting with people in general and just changing my lifestyle over time did help. So I don't know what I don't really know what caused it. Because yeah, this was around the time of YouTube. It was right after the Believer situation, where my channel was just going up, and then I cancelled, and then I just got rid of Believer, and then it just went straight down. Whenever I would upload, there would, like, at the time, for some reason I remember nobody watching. But looking back at it, I see quite a few people watched. I think the reason I felt like that is because nobody was actually interacting with it. It felt like yelling into a tunnel. I mean, like, a tunnel is a really bad example, but it's like yelling into a completely black cave. Most people hear stuff coming back, like their echo. But when I just shout into it, I hear nothing back. Like, yeah, when people upload, some people get backlash. But at least backlash is better than nothing. And I don't know how I got out of that situation. I really don't. But once again, if there's anybody out there in the same situation, things do get better. There's people out there at the moment who will talk to you and will support you and will help you get through the situation. I don't know what else to say. And our next question is from Bullets and Bricks. He says, like and subscribe to Indominus Rex with notifications on. Yes! Oh, don't forget to click like and subscribe and comment down below if you enjoyed the video. I never get a chance to do that. Because most people are like, oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe to me. I don't know why Spiny has a YouTube channel. But I personally don't do that because if people want to like, comment and subscribe, they'll like, comment and subscribe. It's that simple. And then, room tour? Yeah, I'll give you a room tour, alright? Hello, buddy. Welcome to my room tour. We have my shelves of virginity over there, and over here. I need to find a way to extend this to 10 minutes so I can put mid-roll ads on this. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and drum a free gift card giveaway. Look, I'm sorry. I never get a chance to parody normal YouTubers. It gives me a chance to fit in for once. The next question comes from Carcaro34 himself, the ultimate jawline. And his question is... Actually, he has 3 questions. Most regrettable figure purchases. I don't really have any. However, there is one particular standout. This fucking thing! This thing is horrendous! People have told me that, yeah, it's not that bad, it's actually quite good, it's better than the original. But no! This figure is horrendous! Like, for first off, it goes with it has one of the most hated things that I have against the Mattel line, which is, it can't stand. It feels cheap, it feels like garbage. It feels like it's gonna fall apart any second. I despise this figure. It is definitely my most regrettable figure purchase I've ever had. Which is why I actually have a box down here, and I just chuck it in there so I don't have to look at it. Along with a few other figures which I don't really like. But that is the standout. And his next question is, it's basically asking, what are my future goals, hopes, and dreams? How do I say this? Filmmaking. I adore filmmaking. Most likely my favourite process is writing. I love telling stories. I used to love telling stories as a kid. I adore telling stories. I love movies, I love how they're made, I love everything about them. My future goal is to either make movies or TV shows. So I can do my passion of storytelling and entertain people. My whole entire life, I never really had a goal. Originally, I wanted to be a paleontologist, like most dinosaur-obsessed kids. But then I wanted to be a train driver, and then wanted to be a builder. That's mainly because of the shows that I watched at the time. I was really young. But like, going into my teens, I settled on paleontologist. And then I went into high school! And I really lost my passion for dinosaurs then. Like, my first 2 years of high school, I was completely uninterested in dinosaurs. Even though I was still known as a dinosaur guy, whenever anybody would ask me about dinosaurs, I would basically go, hey, I don't like dinosaurs anymore, blah blah blah. For years, I went on with no goal. I went on with no meaning. I didn't have anything to inspire to do. I would just keep on living day to day. Because I didn't have any goals. I didn't have anything that I wanted to do. So I would just go to school and get over it and just get it up just get it over and done with, just because I didn't have anything to do. But then I got on YouTube. YouTube has given me some resemblance of meaning. It's given me something to do. Like, before, I didn't have a meaning. I didn't have anything to do. But now I have YouTube. I mean, like, I can upload a video and, like, people will watch it. People will hopefully be entertained by it. It's amazing. I love it when people say, "Hey, I really enjoyed this video. Hey, this video really made me laugh." And I know this is probably going to sound ridiculous, but this is when I realized my meaning in life is to entertain people. I love entertaining people. And the way I found to do that is through storytelling. It's just too bad I never get a chance to tell a story. Because what mostly happens is that I end up writing some story, and I go outside, I end up writing some kind of story, and my next step is to film it. Now, this is mostly where it falls apart, because multiple things get in my way to stop me from filming it. I wish I just had the opportunity just to sit down and tell a story. Because I've got no way of telling it. I've got no other way of telling stories. Because, am I supposed to, like, write a story and upload it to fanfiction.net or something? Who would want to read that? I wouldn't want to read that. And what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, like, do like a narration where I basically tell the story? But keep in mind, in that situation, I would probably want to hire people to make art. But the thing is, I don't have money. And I wouldn't want these people to waste their time if I'm not paying them. So yeah, there's so many things my way. I just really want to have a situation, well, the opportunity to sit down and just tell a story. Actually, in fact, like, just before summer ended, I did work for my English class, where our task was to basically, we would be given a picture of something and basically write some kind of, like, short story or explain it. Like, explain the thing that, like, explain the photo, explain the environment, explain the smell, explain what you hear. Now, I remember just before the summer, what I'm on about here, we were given a picture of a velociraptor. It was the white velociraptor from JP3. Now, I wrote something for it. I don't know what to describe it as, but I wrote something for it. I remember being quite proud of it. And I remember sending it in, and the teacher didn't even read it. I was really proud of it, but the teacher didn't even read it. So I've had the idea of maybe, hey, maybe I'll make a video out of this, but I haven't done that yet. But the key thing is, I want to make movies. I love movies. I love storytelling. It's just too bad that I never really get the ability to show off my to exercise my storytelling capabilities because of the opportunities that I don't get. How long was that question? And our next question is from Nat Saurus Boy. As you can tell, as you can tell, I'm really good at saying names. Q&A question: what is your real favorite dinosaur? Giganotosaurus. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. I got like the really big Giganotosaurus. It was always my favorite dinosaur toy. I loved that dinosaur. I nearly took it with me everywhere. And I grew up loving the Gigantosaurus. And then eventually came to know it as Giganotosaurus, and it's still my favorite dinosaur to this very day. Actually, this influences the fact that my favorite safari figure is the Safari Giganotosaurus. Yes, I forgot to mention that earlier. I should really start scripting these. And then MD Abdul Matif, the Potato Man. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing that. Here's a question. When are you making Indominus O2? Never. Because it's hard enough to maintain one channel. Like, yeah, I've had multiple ideas of making second channels. But in the end, I end up going, nah. Because I can barely support one channel. One channel is enough. I don't need a second one. Oh, and then we have Ripoff Ranter. Can you send me a Gorgosaurus? I'll pay you back for it. Oh, do you mean this Gasosaurus? Do you mean this really good looking battle damage theropod? I'm sorry, I like teasing you about it. But seriously, I don't know. Because I don't know if they still sell them anymore, and even then there's multiple other things getting in my way from sending it to you. I don't know if I even should. I don't know, what did I mean by that? Ignore the last bit. Well, basically, I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future. But I will say, this figure is really good. And yes, it's unopened because I plan to review it at some time. Even though I've only reviewed one figure in the past year. Hopefully I'll make more in the future. Okay, and the next question is from Zachosaurus YT. What is your favourite figure from each popular Mesozoic modeling companies? Slice, Triceratops, Papo, either the original T-Rex or the Spinosaurus, Safari, Giganotosaurus, Collector, Feathered T-Rex. Yeah. And then we have Zame Reborn. Out of all of the abominations we've made in Dinosaur King, who are your top 3? You asked a similar question in the final episode, but I'm still going to answer that here. My top 3 dinosaurs. Oh, there's so many. There's Godzilla, there's the silent one, there's Carl, there's Chomp. My third favourite has to be Sam-I-Am. Just the way you played him, I love it. I love his voice, I love his personality. I love Sam-I-Am. He's probably my third favourite. My second is obviously Sue! Because who else would it be? It's Sue, goddammit! And then we have my favourite, which has to be Tank. I unironically love Tank. She has now become one of the highlights of my channel, along with Dinosaur King in general. She has now become one of the two main characters to appear on my channel, which is of course Tank and Blue the Destroyer, who happily had a revival recently because of Bedroom 99. And yes, I hope to make more episodes. I've got 2 others in my head at the moment. I love Tank. She's become quite a major thing on my channel. Well, personally, and I see she's appeared on yours. So guys, watch Saurus Dinosaurs, and just basically, I love Tank. Good Tank. So, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say here. So, thank you all for joining me for this. I don't know why or how you've made it this far into the video, but you have if you're seeing this. So, thank you for the last 3 years, seriously. And yes, even though we have Dinosaur King ending soon, we do plan to make season 2 at some point, we just don't know when. And I filmed a few other bonus episodes. But thank you, seriously. Thank you for supporting me so much in the last 3 years. But the last year has been incredible. Despite 2020 being horrifically bad. As for the channel, it's been great. Just everything with all your support, just everything about Dinosaur King. Thank you. Thank you oh so much. Anyways, I believe this is all I have to say. So, here has been I'm so used to the Dinosaur King outro. I mean, like, I was literally just about to say, there has been Indominus O2 and but since there's nobody else here, it's just me. So here is Indominus Rex Roar to Victory! Ah!